Hey everyone, welcome back to Paint the Kitchen Red. I'm Nina and this video is all about the Chinese dish called chashu or char siu. Char siu is a sticky Chinese barbecue pork dish that's really popular at Chinese restaurants. In this recipe, I've adapted it for the Instant Pot, and the pork is pressure cooked first, and then I finish it off by searing on a grill, a frying pan, a broiler, or in my air fryer. This allows me to pre-cook the pork and I save time before dinner because the final searing is so quick. I also like to use this recipe when I'm entertaining because I can do the work ahead of time and then I can just cook the meat and the final searing right at the end before we're ready to eat. I like to make rice bowls with the Chinese barbecue pork using brown rice, sauteed vegetables like bok choy, carrots, spinach, bell peppers. I saute these in soy sauce and oyster sauce. And I also drizzle a little bit of the cooking sauce over everything. And sometimes I add in pickled carrots and cucumbers or any vegetables. And it's so good. So let me show you how to make the recipe. Here are the ingredients you're going to need for the Chinese barbecue pork. 3 pounds of boneless pork shoulder. I use a country style ribs because it's already pre-cut, but you can just get boneless pork shoulder and cut it into smaller pieces. It's a fattier cut of meat, but it really works well in the Instant Pot. So what you could do is cut off a lot of the fat and remove it and use it that way. 2 tablespoons of light soy sauce. There is a difference between Japanese soy sauce and Chinese soy sauce. When a Chinese recipe calls for soy sauce, it's generally Chinese light soy sauce. Keep in mind it's not the same as low sodium soy sauce. If you can't find Chinese light soy sauce, just use Japanese soy sauce. 2 tablespoons of dark soy sauce. Chinese dark soy sauce is a slightly thicker and sweeter soy sauce than Chinese light soy sauce because they add some caramel or molasses to it. It's used to add color and flavor to Chinese dishes. If you can't get your hands on Chinese dark soy sauce, just use Chinese light soy sauce or Japanese soy sauce and add a dash of molasses or some kind of sweetener if you have it. 2 tablespoons of Hoisin sauce, 1 teaspoon of Chinese 5-spice powder, 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, 1 tablespoon of minced ginger, 2 tablespoons of honey, 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, 2 tablespoons of Chinese rice wine. There are different kinds of rice wine. Chinese rice wine is called Shaoxing, and Japanese rice wine is known as mirin. It would be best if you can get Shaoxing, but it can be more expensive and it may be harder to find. So if you wanted to use mirin, which is usually available at regular grocery stores, you can do that. And then what you'd need to do is maybe reduce the quantity of honey that you use. You'll also need 2 tablespoons of water, 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, and 2 teaspoons of sesame seeds to garnish if you want to. Char siu in restaurants has a red color that comes from red food coloring or red fermented tofu, and I choose not to use that. I'll put a link to all the ingredients that I've mentioned in the notes. Start out by making the marinade. You're going to stir together the honey, the hoisin, the light soy sauce, the dark soy sauce, sesame oil, Chinese 5-spice powder, ginger, garlic, and whisk everything together with a fork or a whisk. And you're going to marinate the pork in this mixture. If you can do it overnight, that would be great, at least for a few hours. In this case, I just did it right away for the sake of convenience because I was making this video. But the longer you keep the pork in the sauce, the better it's going to taste. And once you've done marinating the pork, you're going to take the marinade and the pork and put it into the Instant Pot and stir it to make sure it's all nicely coated. And pressure cook on high pressure for 25 minutes. And do a natural release of pressure and open the Instant Pot. And now what we're going to do is take the pork out of the sauce and set it aside for a little bit. And heat the sauce in saute mode until it's reduced. You can add a cornstarch slurry to the sauce to thicken it, and that means that you're going to add equal parts of cornstarch and cold water, mix it up and add it to the sauce gradually and stir it in, and that'll make the sauce nice and thick. So everything I've mentioned so far can be done ahead of time, and then right when you're ready to eat, you can crisp up the meat. You can do it in your air fryer or oven. You can also grill the meat, but in this case I've chosen to fry it in a frying pan. I heat the frying pan and then add the oil, and once the oil is hot, add the meat to the frying pan and give the meat a nice crisp coating. It just makes it better looking and it tastes better. I just like to do this final step. You don't have to do this. You can eat the pork as just right out of the pressure cooker if you wanted to. I like to use this meat in tacos, also rice bowls, and it's just so delicious. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.